All right. A little bit of behind the scenes weirdness going on here, but I figured I'm a tech genius. Before we get into this episode, I want to thank you for subscribing. I want to thank you for watching at least 30 seconds of each ad so I can get paid the big bucks, buy things, food and drink, coffee. Yeah. And also for sending me in ideas and questions and things for these writing videos. So now, as I'm recording this, you probably didn't even notice, I missed Sunday. Every Wednesday and every Sunday, I do another writing video. And I did not do one for Sunday. Sunday, I was involved in the last day of MandoCon 2026. And I'm going to be honest with you, I had all last week to record something, and I'm like, plenty of time. I forgot. So we're going to get this one, which means we're probably going to get one in a couple days on Friday as well. So just letting you know. I don't know who's texting me. Peeps. I don't want your loan. Anyway, leaving that in. So here are my pros and my cons for MandoCon 2026, which happened to be the sixth one. And I like how I survived MandoCon 2026. I thought that was a great title. It makes you wonder, what happened? Was there a hurricane? Tornadoes? Coyotes? Spoiler alert, none of those things happened. We did have a great time. So I've talked about this on my YouTube live, but I'm just going to kind of go through the weekend here, all in one place, for people who don't watch me for whatever weird reason. Don't watch me live or unable to and don't want to watch a playback of it, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. This is a video. It's Thursday. Starts on Thursday at noon-ish. I pick up Peter. I'll just give first names. I pick up Peter at the airport. And about a half an hour later, originally I was going to wait till 12:35 instead of 12 o'clock because Nick was coming in. I'm like, Pete, you just got to wait at the airport for half an hour. I'm picking us both up at the same time. I live about 15 minutes from the airport, so not a big deal, but I'm not coming. I'm not driving all over the place. I don't like to drive all that much. And so then Nick says, I got a 40-minute delay. All right, Pete, I'm just going to pick you up first. So I pick him up first. Then we drive out. It's about a 15-minute drive in the opposite direction to pick up Tom at his house. Pick up Tom. We come back. Me, Pete, and Tom hang out for 20 minutes at the cell phone lot, and we watch all the people. They drive very weird, like just park. Anyway, Nick gets off the plane. We grab Nick. The four of us, I was going to say three of us, but with me, you count me in that equation. The four of us, we go to Pine Grove Deli. We get some deli sandwiches. Nick orders the wrong sandwich. He has to send it back. Chaos ensues. I get meat in a sack. And I believe Pete also got meat in a sack, which is literally meat in a pita. Delicious. It rains a lot. Jacksonville here, this time of year, it rains a lot. But only in short bursts. But this time it was like 4 hours it was just raining. What is this lady doing? Back your car up. She's like almost hitting my little free library. Because God forbid anybody just pulls into your driveway. No, you got to back up into anything. I'm leaving all of this in. It has to do with the end of the story anyway. It doesn't. We go pick up Frank. Comes in about 4 o'clock at the airport. Come back to the house. Now it's the 5 of us and my wife. Make 6. She has been baking all day. And when I say all day, I mean like several hundred cookies. There's going to be like 10 of us here all weekend. She makes enough for like everybody gets 14 dozen cookies kind of thing. 3 different kinds of cookies. We have 3 different kinds of M&Ms. She's got like 5 loaves of banana bread. She makes a carrot cake. It's obnoxiously too much food. That night, Thursday night, we have potato bar, which are big potatoes. Then you put your own topping on it. So we have, sour cream and butter if you want that. Nobody wants that. Broccoli and cheese. There's a seafood one. And chili was the other topping. So we all sat around the dining room. We had potatoes. Then we hung out, we talked. And like the old men that we all are at 10 o'clock, usually Nick is like, I'm going to bed. So I have 3 guest rooms in the house, in case you didn't know that. And they're themed. So I have a Red Sox room, which has baseball stuff in it. A Wonder Woman room, because my wife loves Linda Carter era Wonder Woman. And a Disney room, because my wife loves Disney. So basically the baseball room and this office up front are the only rooms that I have my stuff in. And I'm fine with that, because let her have the rest of the house. So everybody gets a room. And so that's Thursday. So it's like 10 o'clock. Everybody goes to bed. Tired. I'm tired from driving all day. Friday morning, we wake up. Amanda and Mike show up for 9 a.m. Although Amanda shows up like an hour and a half earlier than that. Which is fine. We all have coffee. We have a lot of coffee. I have probably about 600 K-cups in this house. We probably drink about, I'm going to say about 20 a day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So not like maybe we drank 50. So we didn't drink a ton of them. I still have enough coffee for like 10 more of these MandoCon events. And we start writing. And we all have, every year I use a dry erase board. I write everybody's name on it. I also write Jay for Jay Wilburn. Because Jay would have been here if he was still with us. So I just got to write Jay's name. So we all have goals. My goal was 5,000 words a day for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that is a brand new book. Brand new. Started from word 1. In another, I don't know if it's going to be a Southern Gothic noir thriller, but it's definitely a Southern crime thriller. And I have a vague idea of what I'm doing. I have a vague idea of some characters. Pete mentions his daughter's names, and I'm like, I'm taking one of your daughter's names because that would make a perfect character in this book. You might not be happy with what the character does. She's a car thief, but whatever. And I get my words in. So now, a little something you need to know. With Frank, every year he's like, oh, I hope we have M&Ms this year. And then I tell my wife, and she's like, well, tell Frank he's getting M&Ms. Whatever Frank wants, Frank gets, which is ridiculous. Although reality is, anytime anybody asks for anything, my wife is like, yeah, we'll do that. So Frank is from New Jersey. I'm also from New Jersey. And I always talk about pub subs. So if you're from the South, Publix makes a very good sub, especially compared to sub shops and stuff around here. I mean, I grew up in New Jersey, so you can't beat the food in the Northeast food. You can't. I mean, we can argue with it, but we're not going to, because it's not an argument. There's no great pizza down here. There's good pizza. There's no great pizza. There's good subs down here, but there's no great subs down here. Pub subs is the closest I've ever had to a phenomenal sub. So anytime my wife's like, I say, hey, let's get a sub, she knows we're 9 times out of 10, we're going to do a pub sub. Frank had never had a pub sub. He's like, well, I'm going to order a pub sub, because he was coming in later on Thursday, so he didn't go to lunch with us. And he's like, I can just order it on my phone. So I tell my wife, and she's like, well, let's just do pub subs for Friday for lunch. Of course. So she makes this little this piece of like your order, like you're at the deli ordering, circle everything on it that you want. So she gets the list for all of us. So there is seven writers in the house. Okay, I think at one point we had 8 or 9 in years past, just too many. I think this number is perfect. 7 of us, it's perfect. With my wife, it's 8. We have the leaf put in the dining room table, and everybody can spread out and eat, and it's nice. So we all get pub subs, and they liked them. Nick liked it. Peter liked it. Frank liked it. They had never had it before. Obviously, Mike and Amanda are local, and Tom is local, so and I'm local. So we've all had pub subs, and we all enjoy pub subs. So that was lunch. Then I got on here, and I went live for an hour, which is fun. Got to introduce everybody, made sure everybody's name was mentioned, so you knew who was who. And then got back to writing, hit my 5,000 words. Felt really, really happy with this new book. And then we we hung out, and I think we hung out Friday night till like 10 o'clock. And Nick was like, I'm going to bed. And then everybody just kind of trickled to go to bed. So Frank gets up at like 5 o'clock in the morning every day. And then Tom was sleeping on the couch. Instead of going home every day, Tom just stayed here. So Tom was up. So I'm up at like 7 o'clock. I get up. I can't sleep. There's people in the house. And so we're up. We BS for a couple hours. And then we get to writing. Saturday morning, get to writing. And I hit my... Oh, Friday night, I forgot to... Friday night, we had Italian. And so my wife makes baked ziti, meatballs on the side, some other pasta, garlic bread, a Caesar salad, ridiculous amount of food. So we eat that. So Saturday, for lunch, we just do sandwiches. We do sandwiches. There's tuna salad. There's chicken salad. There's macaroni salad. There is a sunflower salad, which was delicious. I had that a couple weeks ago. And I said to my wife, buy this again. This is good. So everybody liked that too. We ate all of it. I got my 5,000 words in. I'm 10,000, a little over 10,000 words in this new book now, and I'm really enjoying it. For dinner, so all day now. In the meantime, my wife is smoking various meats. She's doing ribs. She's doing shrimp. She's doing whiting. She's doing a turkey. She's doing all kind. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of meat. Again, there's 8 of us. My daughter and her boyfriend were supposed to also come for dinner that night, but they did not. That wouldn't matter. There would have been plenty of food for all of us. So that's dinner. We eat a ton of that stuff. And a bunch of sides. And it's just too much. Just too much food. And I'm fat, so I like a lot of food. But this is just, my wife just overdoes it with the food. Can't tell her that, she gets mad. Because she's Southern. Everybody has to go home well fed. I mean, people like the locals, Amanda and Mike, are literally taking full meals home with them every night. And my wife is going over to her mother's house, which is where Tom lives, and dropping off food for her mom and for Jess every day. And it's just too much food. Anyway, so we Saturday night then, hey, it's Shark Week. It's the last night of Shark Week. So we put on Shark Week, and we all sit around and we watch shows about sharks. And I've taped like everything new this year, but just put it on and we watch it. 10 o'clock, Nick's like, I'm going to bed. We all go to bed. We get up Sunday morning. You see the pattern developing. Tom and Frank are up already. Hang out with them for a little bit. We have some coffee. Every day I'm doing my coffee of the day video as well. Then the locals show up. We hang out. No, you're not coming up here. So now instead of lunch at 12 o'clock every Sunday for every year, we do at 11 o'clock. I gave brunch, and it's usually like a breakfast brunch. So I make, my wife really makes, Monte Cristos. I make them every year, but the Jersey version of Monte Cristo. So, down here in the South, they deep fry them and then they put raspberry jam. Well, I'm not doing raspberry jam. I don't like that. I like, basically, you're making French toast. Then you're putting a piece of turkey, a piece of ham, and a piece of Swiss on top. And then you're melting the Swiss. And then you use maple syrup because it's French toast. Maple syrup and some butter. So I made a couple for everybody who wanted them. My wife made scrambled eggs. We made sausage patties. We made bacon. We had biscuits. We had fruit. We had muffins. Just way too much stuff. So, in the meantime, then in the morning, the couple hours that I wrote in the morning, I realized, because it's a new book, I'm a pantser, so I realized that, you know what? I don't like one of these characters. They don't fit in this book. And so I'm going to have to cut a couple of chapters already. All right. That's not really, it's not gelling with the other characters. It's kind of like I'm trying to push this character on them because I really like the character. And so I cut, I'm at like 10,200 words or something. I cut 2,800 words of the book. Now, I don't delete them. That would be insanity. But I'm like, you know what? This is for another book. This is for a future book. So I cut it. I put it in another document and put it off the side. But now I'm not even at 8,000. I like write it maybe 8,000 words or something. However the math works. 7,000 something words. So now I'm kind of depressed. I'm like, I wanted to hit 15,000 words on this book. So the words still count. So I still did my 5,000 of my 5,000, but kind of like, bleh. And on Saturday, we were all done with our writing goals by like 2:30, 3 o'clock. Because in years past, some people have been like, I'm going to write 10,000 words every day. And I'm like, don't do that. Give it a number that you can realistically do, which for me is 5,000 words. Some people had 3,000, some people had 5, somebody had 7,000 on one of their days. So we're good. We're averaging 5,000. I think we ended up, if you add up every word everybody wrote, and a lot of people obviously went over, we did 100,000 words for 7 writers. So that's pretty good. So what's the average on that? Let's do a calculator. 100,000 divided by 7 equals, I could do this off the top of my head, but I won't. 1428. Is that that don't make any sense. 100,000 divided by 7. Okay, equals 14,285. So close to 5,000 words a day. That makes more sense. So that's pretty good. So I struggled till about 4 o'clock. 3:30, 4 o'clock. I finally finish. I hit my 5,000 words for Sunday. Everybody at this point is just tired, everybody. So I sit here in my office, and I have Amanda, Tom, and Mike sit in the dining room. Nick sits in the Nick chair. He always sits in the chair. Pete crashes on the couch like he's laying there like George Costanza. And Frank is in the kitchenette at that table. So everybody's spread out and writing, and everybody has headphones but me. I can't put headphones in. It bothers my ears. And it's quiet. And all I hear is the clicking of the keyboard. And I'm like, this is nice. This is nicer. This might even be nicer than putting Cannibal Corpse on to write to. So by Sunday afternoon, I'm like, I'm sick of this noise. I'm sick of these people in my house. I'm sick of everything. I hit my numbers. We all hit our numbers all 3 days. I don't think there's ever been, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think there's ever been a MandoCon where somebody has not gotten in their goal. Now there's times when like Chuck Buddha is here and he's going like right to 5 o'clock. I mean, he's bumping the top of that, and you hope he's not lying to us just to not get yelled at. But everybody did great. We get to the other side. Now everybody's done. We're all kind of hanging out. We're all relieved. Everybody's putting their laptops away. And my wife makes her world famous taco bar, which has chicken, shrimp, obviously meat. Uh, we have soft shells. We have hard shells. We have those flat bottom shells. We have the Dorito shells. We have, I don't know, about 40,000 different toppings. Uh, onions and tomatoes and lettuce and 40 different things. So Frank and Tom uh, are into hot sauce. So they're just constantly battling over. My wife always, and anytime she finds a hot sauce that's supposedly really hot, she buys. So we got like 30 of them out, and these two idiots are just trying hot sauce to burn their mouths out. No, thank you. Anyway, we do taco bar, which is awesome. Okay. So now all weekend also, Pete, Mike, and Frank have at various times during the day, and especially after dinner, they go for a walk. It's a nice neighborhood. They walk around the block a few times, Uh, I think pretty much everybody but me has lost weight since last year. So I've gained all their weight. So we're good. It's a balance. I'm not going out for a walk, but they're going out for a walk. So Sunday night, I'm like, well, we're going to watch. I got shark shows taped. I turned the TV on, and we're still on the Discovery Channel. But Naked and Afraid Shipwrecked has just started 10 minutes before. So I'm like, well, Frank's out for a walk. I'll put a shark show on once he comes back. But now we're all invested in this Naked and Afraid show, which I used to watch all the time. Not the Shipwreck one; it's a brand new thing. But I used to watch the original Naked and Afraid all the time. My dad would also watch it, and my dad would say, after about 10 minutes, he would turn it off, and I would say, "What, you don't like it?" He goes, "No, no." Then the girls, their butts are dirty, and I don't want to watch it anymore. That's my dad in a nutshell. Um, so we ended up watching that till the magic hour of 10 o'clock, and then Nick going to bed. So we all went to bed. Now Nick and Frank had to get up, and I had to get up, and at like 4:30 to get those two to the airport for Monday morning. And man, that was killer. But dropped them off the airport, came home. Tom was on the couch, so Tom was awake, and I'm like, I'm going back to bed. And I slept for like another hour and a half. And then Pete didn't have to leave till, I'd have to drop him off till 12. So drop Pete off. My wife went and dropped off Tom at her mother's, picked up her dog, because Alice was over there all weekend. So we had Tom, they had the dog. We got the short end of that stick, obviously. And then I come home Monday and I jump right on YouTube Live, literally walk in the door, YouTube Live, boom, done. My wife comes home with the dog, and now it's like 2 o'clock, and it's just quiet in the house, and I'm like, I'm going to take a nap. That's an exhausting weekend, to be around people, to be on, I think is what it is. So great weekend. I know next year we might have a couple of new people coming in at some point, which should be great. Again, I don't want to have a ton of people here. I don't want a million people staying at my house. I'm like, well, I got another couch, and I got an air mattress, And maybe we'll buy another couple of air mattresses and we'll do like 30 people. Who knows? All that being said, I think it was a great weekend. I love doing them. You see the mugs. Where's my hand? Right there. There's a new mug. I also got another new mug. The guy from Reaper's Brew, Chris Adler, makes the mugs for me every year. He made me a special mug, which I can't show on here. It's got some risque wording on it. Funny. So, anyway, there you go. That's my How I Survived MandoCon 2026. Catchy title. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button. If you have any ideas for more writing videos, let me know. Either drop them in the comments or email them to me, and I would love to record those videos. All right, talk to you all later.